Nervous but relieved. Those were the words from several students at the Ghandi Memorial Vedic Primary School in Aranguez after writing the SEA exam. The exam, which started at 8:30 a.m., finished just after 1 p.m. Sunalala has more in this report.
It had a few difficulties here and there, but once you read it properly, I understood it and figured it out.
Another question that, well, to me, makes no sense. But, it was kind of hard, but I got through with it.
After being postponed several times this year, the SEA exam has finally been conducted. The original date of April 2nd was postponed due to COVID-19, while the proposal by former Education Minister Anthony Garcia to have it in May was also cancelled. Instead, over 19,000 relieved students wrote the exam on Thursday, and by all indications from the new minister, Dr. Nyan Gatsby-Dolly, everything went smoothly. However, she noted that at least one student in Tobago could not write the exam since the individual tested positive for COVID-19.
But I did hear of something in Tobago in the schools they visited today, and I didn't hear any reports come to the ministry as yet. Maybe it may come in after, that there's one child, at least I know in Tobago, who has the COVID and cannot write the exam. Of course, that will be dealt with in a supplementary exam. So as of now, I don't have any other reports that have come to the ministry with respect to that.
And although the exam went by without any hiccups, SEA student Sushmita Ramsawak is relieved that the exam has finally been over after months of waiting.
Frustrating and exhausting, because to wait for 4 months and do work consistently for 4 months straight is really exhausting.
We also caught up with some parents who said it has been a tough time for students, but they are looking to take advantage of spending some quality time with them for the remainder of the year due to online classes.
Well, I think other than academically, these kids went through a lot because they were planning to do it in April. Then there was a break, and then there was a new date. But since the break, which happened in March, I think from April till 2 days ago, they have been working consistently. But other than academically, they have gained a lot of strength emotionally.
What I could say is that the time that we didn't get to spend with them during the preparation of the essay, we can now take advantage of that time when they are home and spend a lot of quality time with our children, because over the last few months it was only about work. So I think they need to play a little bit now.
Ghandi Memorial Vedic Primary has been in the top 100 SEA students in the past 3 years, placing first and second in 2018 and second again in 2017. The school's principal, KESHMANI DHANIRAM-GOSINE, said she is confident that the school can place in the top spots again.
Of course, we expect every year. It's not easy. I mean, our students really do work hard. Our teachers work hard. But we have good students, so it just could happen again.
The school, meanwhile, has already started its preparations to continue with online learning for the next term via Zoom, Google Classrooms, and WhatsApp. Sonolala, TTT News.
SEA students at the Grants Memorial Presbyterian School in South Trinidad were confident of doing well in the exams. However, they were divided on whether or not the delay of the exam worked in their favor. Chetika Singh has the pictures. Ian WASON has the story.
The marks and just the amount of working you had to do in the sums.
Nathan Silochan giving his take on the exam that was completed around 1 p.m. on Thursday. He is just one of several Grant Memorial Presbyterian students who expects to go to their school of choice when the new school term starts, whenever that is. Kade Burusing, who wants to go to Presentation College like former Prime Ministers Patrick Manning and Basdio Pandey, was just happy to get the test over with.
Tiring but frustrating. Mostly frustrating, but I like the cooperation.
And how you feel today knowing that everything is over finally?
It's done. Break is finally upon.
Suwan Kiwal and Arisia Hamilton wants to go to Naparima Girls and St. Joseph Convent respectively. They shared their thoughts on the difficulty level on the exam.
Well, the English was harder than the maths.
I thought it was going to be really difficult, but it was really easy.
Outside of the COVID-19 pandemic, SCA students would have already known what secondary school they would be going to, the uniforms and books purchased, and would be all set for the new school term. But because of COVID-19, they only just sat the exam. But did it work in their favor?
I think it made it better because it gave us more time to revise and go over our work and practice.
But the timing and all of this corona and stuff, it holds us back from doing our own potential.
Anxious parents have to find alternative ways of celebrating and relaxing with the little ones as we continue in this time of COVID-19. Ian WASON, TTT News.
And over in the Sister Isle, 997 students sat today's SEA exam, 510 boys and 487 girls. As required by the Ministry of Health, the students were supplied masks to protect from contracting COVID-19. And when the exam was over, anxious parents also expressed relief.
Stressful. I am just so happy that it's over with. I cried this morning. It was really, really emotional. And I am sure a lot of parents, a number of parents, are happy that it's all over. All the nights and days of lessons, Zoom classes, especially in terms of a pandemic. I am just happy that it's all over.
The first mandate of the new education minister is to ensure the continuation of teaching and learning during the current pandemic. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley recently noted that schools may not be physically reopened for the rest of the year due to the rising number of COVID-19 cases in TNT. Dr. Nian Gadsby-Dolly, who was assigned as Education Minister just yesterday, says her role would be charting a way forward for digital learning. She believes quick decisions will have to be made with education officials for the future of teaching and is promising that protocols for this type of learning could be finalized by next week.
Have already begun devising their own methods within the school culture of how they will do this. And so the ministry is at the point now where they are finalizing those new protocols based on the emerging situation that we are in now.
Dr. Gadsby-Dolly says the ministry is also looking to implement a system where printed material would be distributed to schools for students who do not have connectivity.
In the region, some persons have taken to distributing printed material, and even a school in Guayco, we just learned from a supervisor, maybe doing that, distributing packages of printed material that are to be completed at home and brought back.
But for students who continue to learn via online means, the minister believes some form of supervision may need to be implemented.